Yes, here we are. Here we go. I'm all coffeeed up, hyped up. Little Rebel Dog coffee. Delicious. So what's going on? I'm back. Yesterday, whole 6 hours on the couch. I had not taken a break, not pulled myself away, not even realized how many days have gone by, and then all of a sudden, I actually looked up and said, is it Saturday? And then realized hadn't really done much for myself. I haven't really broken away from any of the projects that I've been working on. So yesterday, a nice 6-hour recharge of my batteries, watching Netflix, The Flash. Shout out to Barry Allen. I know. It's starting to become awfully like a romance, like a teen romance towards the end. It's good, but it's starting to get that way. I'm starting to get that feel. There's a musical episode that I barely made it through. I fast forwarded a lot. The whole thing was, I'm sorry, I'm totally going off on a tangent on a show that none of you watch, because I'm a nerd, and that's what happens. So, listen, it has been an insane past couple weeks. We have another podcast episode dropping this week, and it's supposed to be dropping on Wednesday. Look for that caption, work in progress. We will be talking with other businesses, and if you have anybody who you know to be interested in maybe showcasing some of their business stuff, that's what myself and Ryan will be doing. And Ryan was going along with me on this adventure. We're going on this adventure together into kind of just, seeing what Connecticut has to offer as far as for businesses. I think it was just a huge intrigue and interest of mine. And it was, pretty much an interest of his. So look for that on Wednesday. It should be pretty interesting. And yeah. So we've been working on a lot of projects. Thank you all for the support with, I'm wearing my Nobody Cares sweatshirt, which was showcased. I have more love for this sweatshirt than just myself. Everybody loves this sweatshirt. I just actually came back and the girl went, "Oh my God, I love your sweatshirt." I want to say that to everybody. I was like, "Oh wow, all right." I mean, that's why I wear this, so I don't have to say that. I could just be like, well, hello. So I'm going to still drink on mic. I know I'm not supposed to. So seriously, I needed to recharge my batteries. My batteries have been recharged. It has been a crazy, storm of like I said, good things. Election day tomorrow. I know it'll be releasing today. So election day today. I know it's weird talking like that, but hey, I'm excited. I'm excited to get it over with. I know everybody's kind of biting their nails and sweating and going crazy, and I know there's a lot of tensions running high, and I totally get it. So just do yourself a favor, go out there and vote, and it is important. And yes, the votes count. I used to be that type of guy, like, why would you vote? It doesn't matter. Nobody, it's all a conspiracy. That was me. I was that guy for a long time. And, it's just like, I got to do my part for something. So definitely go out there. Definitely vote. If you haven't seen it already, plastered all over Facebook, Instagram, the elderly, young kids now talking about it, which is cool. So many people talking about voting. So just make sure you go out there and you vote. So I was thinking about all the things that I'm coming up on. I talked about it a while, actually almost 10 episodes ago. So that's almost 3 months ago. I talked about a couple of things that I was doing personally, a couple of things I was doing financially, a couple of things I was doing fitness-wise, and I feel good. I talked about, putting a little bit of money away, which is important. So the financial aspect in gaming, even if it's just $20 a month, that's starting to kind of add up. I'm talking about putting things together for yourself personally or you're at home, I just recently purchased a adjustable bed frame because I do not sleep enough. I talk about it a lot about how important sleep is. So I invested even further into my nap time, sleep time. I took a nap the other day. Like I don't have a lot of time to nap. But the other day I did get home and I took a nap. Do you ever wake up from a nap and it's a good ass nap when you wake up and you have the texture of whatever it is you've fallen asleep on, and you wake up and it's just like, ugh, and it's just plastered to your face. So I woke up and I have a zipper at the end of my pillow, and I woke up and the zipper was dented into my cheek, like full on could tell it's a zipper. And then I have 2 cats, you all know, 2 beautiful little cats. I had one of them sleeping on my neck. So my face is like this on the zipper. It's like this. Cat right here on my neck, forcing more pressure into that zipper. And then the little guy, he's not little, he's a chubby little red cat on my back, just like this. So all of his weight pressing down. Needless to say, I had a mark of a zipper on my cheek, and I have a neck problem now. So it's even better. So I took a nap like it was a, real deal nap. That is a solid, 30 minutes of, a deep, deep sleep. When I got up, I didn't know, what year it was, where I was, anything. I was like, it's one of the ones where you, open your eyes and you're like, huh? What? Oh, who am I? It's like one of those. But, dude, man, it felt good. I mean, I was rejuvenated. And then I went to, what is it, Texas de Brazil. Here's the thing. If you ever gone to a Brazilian restaurant, and they have these little circles that you flip over, it's like green is, let's get ready to rumble, bring the food on. And they come at you with all sorts of meats. They're like, do you want this meat? Do you want this meat? This is chicken. This is pork. This is steak. They just keep coming at you, bro. They just keep going. And the only way you could tap out is if you flip that card. It's got to flip to red. It's like, hold up. I can't eat anymore, So we went there. Great experience, super good service, really nice. Only drawback, though, this is for people in CT. Texas de Brazil, why? Why did you put this place? Why did you put this place in a mall? Why? Out of all the places, you have to put that place in a mall, because I cannot. I hate going to malls. It's all crowded and it's terrible for me. But it's such a nice place. So they sat me. So I'm looking at everybody eating. Everybody's having a good time. Guys are walking around with a knife and stuff. Hey, you like this meat? You want this meat? But I turn around and I just see all the people in the mall walking by. So it's all people like, what are you doing? What's in there? And I turn around, the glass is right here. It's right like this. So needless to say, every single time I turn around and you have people just staring at you in the mall, holding, their Build-A-Bear while they leave, it's the worst. Or they're eating a cheesy pretzel, which is right across the thing from it. So just, come on, man. I hate, call me snobby, call me prudish. And I also just hate going to the mall. I mean, I understand, that companies need to strive and survive, but Amazon has been the best for me, and I know, we're just contributing to Jeff Bezos getting richer and richer and richer, but you got to understand, I have a general anxiety of going to the mall. I hated it. One time I left the mall, I was drenched in sweat, fully drenched in sweat. I went there for Christmas. I went there for a candle, and I can't stand going in there, all the smells, but I went in there to get a candle, and I was like, I had to get out of there. So I was drenched in sweat, had a full-blown panic attack being around that many people, and left. It's okay. I know what it's from. I went to plenty of therapy for it. So yeah, it got ruined by the fact that that restaurant has to be in a mall. But here I am. Like I said, we turn around and there's just a bunch of people staring at you. It's creepy. But I was ready. I was all like rejuvenated, ready to go out. And then I came in on Sunday, lifted a bit, followed my program. Once again, investing in myself. It's a program I wrote for myself almost 3 months ago, and it has been absolutely awesome. So, some of those things that I was talking about to take aim or to be more disciplined or to kind of follow and set your goals, I'm kind of like halfway through, like a lot of those things that I set that timeline for myself, and it's going really well. So I just wanted to kind of speak on that a little bit as far as taking aim at some of the things that you actually want to accomplish, so I understand, how freaking annoying some fitness influencers or just influencers and people, but they talk so much on one side of the fitness industry, and that's the fitness part. That's the before and after, the picture. I just got sent something from my friend Jane, said, you should start a TikTok. And I was like, I'm not starting a TikTok. I'm definitely not. I'm old. I'm gray. I'm just getting going on YouTube. Are you kidding me? Now I need to start a TikTok? I'm always a step behind. But they always go with just the physical picture of the thing. They don't talk about the mental side of it. I like to kind of roll it all up into one because I know I've been involved in this industry, and I started at zero. I started with no money, no help, no real influence in my life to bring me to this conclusion where I thought I would do this for my career. I didn't have any family or friends that were really pushing me to do those things. I had these outside influences, people I knew, and maybe they didn't realize they had that much of an impact on me, but they definitely did. And, so anyway, it's like I had to do that. So the way that I started was just getting going. I started at zero, so, and got into it that way. But I knew that it was going to take way more mental to do all the things that I wanted to do rather than physical. The physical part I could be thrown into. I mean, I don't pride myself on a whole lot. I definitely don't. I'm not that type of person. But what I can tell you is if I'm lifting with a bunch of power lifters, I kind of know what I'm talking about. If I lift with a bunch, like, and I'm just generalizing, but if I go in with a bunch of bodybuilders types, I kind of know what I'm getting myself into. I can hang. If I'm doing, some sort of boxing or some cardiovascular drills or some MMA stuff, I kind of know what I'm doing. If I go and I have to run and it's it's running or jogging or this or something endurance, I kind of know what I'm doing. It's like I'm like a master of nothing, but I'm pretty much good at and sufficient at all these things because it's a mental thing, and you have to know where you kind of are going or where you've come from. So there's a huge mental side of this about aiming at a goal or seeing. It's not just the physical part. Everybody goes to the physical part in this industry, and they need to acknowledge a little bit more rather than what they can brag about on Instagram or Facebook or all this other stuff. See, I used to be after a transformation photo, and I used to say this in consultations, and this is how far I've come away from that. I used to tell people, I do have, I'm not going to lie to you. There's something out of this consultation that I want to get. There's something out of this I want to get. And they go, what is that? I go, I want a transformation photo. And I still want those, but I don't hold that person strength, happiness, and mental sanity to that. Yes, there needs to be some accountability, but you don't need to sit there and mentally torture somebody. And I don't want to say torture because those are you, but mentally break somebody down and hold their happiness hostage just, for the way that the aesthetics or the way that they're going to look. That's just one side of fitness, or that's one side of, everything. So, I mean, if you can put yourself in my shoes, where that used to be just like our marketing thing. That's like what it was. But I think that's just slowly starting to fade, and it's starting to fade away more than ever now. And I think it's just more exposure, to people who are just full of shit, and then people who, want a better quality of a training. They want somebody not only that's going to put them into better physical condition, but that's going to put them in a better mental condition. And I am in no way, because I hate I hate seeing those guys are like, and I'm going to do this, and I'll probably do it in another video too, where they're like, all right, let's get going. Let's burn that fat. Let's keep going. Push, push, push. You could do it. You've done harder things in your life. Blah, blah, blah. They're like really gimmicky, and they're really like, I hate that. But in a way, I do some of that, just not as gimmicky, So yes, I feel like you should work on yourself. You should aim at your goals, but you also should make them physical, mental, financial, business-wise, relationship. I mean, like I know I look at all of those things, because what was the point of taking care of your health if you weren't taking care of your whole spectrum of health? If your body looks amazing and you're working out and you're doing all these things, but your mental status is declining massively, and you're going off on people, you can't focus, you can't do anything, you're emotional, you've beaten yourself down, you're using the wrong motivational type of cues or emotional motivation. Those things, that's not a good situation. I've trained many of people just focusing on the physical, and then watch their mental decline, like just slowly go down. And then we have to sit down and have a meeting or a talk about like, hey, I think this is damaging. I don't think this is very good. And, it's like, that's not good, because they're holding everything to this standard of a physical standard. And now here's the other side of that coin. I also think it's important to take care of your physical appearance. I think it's important to take care of your physical well-being. I think it's important to love yourself, but also know there's a health component to it. Where this type of positive body image type of thing went wrong, I think, is when we started lying to people about health. Now, remember, I'm for anything you want to do, go ahead and do it. As long as you're not forcing it or actively hurting somebody in the process, you can sit there, love yourself, all that stuff. I'm with that. I get it. But don't lie to yourself about the health aspect of it. That's the problem. When you lie to yourself about the health aspect of what you do or what you practice or what you're trying to accomplish, that's when people are, I think it's does the opposite. Now you're lying to yourself for your physical thing, and you think that your mental well-being is going to be okay. And now all it is you're just creating this bubble that you live in, and that if anybody disagrees with, your idea of what this is, they're terrible, they're awful, or they don't understand, or they're, and that's not good either. I think a good balanced approach to anything, which is, what we practice here, when we aim at our goals and aim at certain things, I always tell people, let's practice the 80-20 rule. So it's 80% of the time you're on it. You are on point with your nutrition, your training, your sleep, balancing out, emotions, loved ones, that type of really focusing on your physical training and health. And then the 20% is you going out to dinner, you grabbing a drink with a friend, you doing certain things, going on a vacation and saying, hey, for a little bit, I'm going to not track for a couple days, or track your food, or track your, or train. Just give yourself a little break. That's the 80-20. So it's not 50-50. I've talked about it in a couple other podcasts, but in order for you to aim and get where you want to go and do the things you want to do, you have to have some sort of self-discipline and self-awareness. So having a good, strong mental bit on top of the physical goals is really important. So these past 3 months for me have been all focused on not just physical, but mental strength as well. and organization. Like I've been way more organized. I've been able to ask for help more. I've been sleeping a hell of a lot better because I have this adjustable bed frame, which is awesome now. I have that. And I focused on some financial stuff that was bothering me. Not that I was bad at it. I mean, I just wasn't good at it. So it's like those little things that you kind of, throw in that add up, that help. Good things done well add up, or small things done well add up. Hello, hello. When have I ever said that? So you have that, and you're more clear, and you're able to do those things by just aiming simply. But I don't want to sit here and tell anybody that they shouldn't follow somebody or they shouldn't do something. Listen, do whatever the hell you want, but just know that there's more to it than just the physical component. I would rather be a more balanced individual and be able to do the things that I actually set my goals on. And I have a couple more months until we really see a lot of that kind of come full circle and into what I need them to be. But, I'm going to kind of push through. So it's about practicing that balance. So yes, I've been extremely busy, and yes, I've seen a lot of clientele, really adopting this, because this past 3 months I said, okay, I'm going to focus on telling the clients, telling the people that I know that need to hear maybe a different tune to kind of help them get back to the way that I think that would work better for them, and being able to accomplish things, and then motivating other people that I might have been motivating in a different way or a wrong way, trying to correct that. And so far, so good. It takes, you have to swallow your pride, because you have maybe some things that you're like, oh, this is the way that I thought it should be done, and it's not being done that way. You have to do it a different way. So it's really about just changing some things up and aiming and changing some goals and really focusing on that. So if there's anybody that's, kind of struggling with, I said I wouldn't plug like this, but I don't give a shit. If there's somebody who's having trouble and they've always made it or always followed these fitness influencers or these people who always make everything about the physical body, just the physical body, take a break. Come here. Train with me. Train with my staff. I train with our whole team. You got to have the mental strength. You got to have the physical strength. You got to have the foundation. And I think that, like I said, I said that I wouldn't plug us like this, but I got to, because I've seen it too much, and I need to believe in what we do here. And I believe so strongly that we have such a well-balanced program with our 80-20 rule, which is 80% of the time you're on point, you're doing your thing. 20% of the time you go off and do, these things that you need to do more for your brain, more for the mental health side, so you can have a life, so you can live a life. You're not a gym rat. You're not going to be there. It's not about, looking like you're 2% body fat, 6%, 7% body fat trainer all the time. That's his life. That's her life. That's what they want to do. They're there. They should be there to get you to where your life would be, where your balance would be, where your happy medium of feeling good about yourself and feeling good mentally should be. Don't go so far one way and then it has a massive overcorrection, and then all of a sudden you're back to square one where you were before. So, yeah, I'll say it. Come here, practice the 80-20 rule with us. I mean, that's what we do. Yeah, I think that's a good. So it's more about finding somebody that's going to work well for you, and finding something that's going to work well for you. So, if you're saying those things and it's more damaging than it is good, just get out of it. Come here. Yeah. I have to start believing in all the stuff, and I believe in all of our stuff. So I have to say that, I've seen a lot of it, and after a while, I'm going to have to start to hold our feet to the fire of why I think we're the best. And I think right now, we're on the up and up. We'll be the best in Connecticut. I think that. I really do. And after a while, I have to start putting I'll have to start putting my money where my mouth is. And I've been doing that for the past 3-4 months now. So far, so good. And I've been doing it for, well, longer than that, 5 years, but 10 years for myself, 5 years for other, and now 3 months actively practicing it. And we've seen a measurable increase. So, yeah, put your money where your mouth is. If you want to be the best and say it to the world. So I'm saying it. So listen, I will see you guys all next week. Look out for that podcast on Wednesday. And thank you all for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I couldn't sit in this room and talk to this camera by myself if it wasn't for you guys. So seriously, thank you all. And just always remember, shh, nobody cares. Later.
Live Sculpted.